everybody, and welcome back to our our second last class. And I'll give the requisite pretend I'm surprised. Wow, we're already at the end of the term. Truly, it always feels, no matter how many times I do this, it always is a little astonishing to me that how quickly it goes. Next week is our last class, of course. And as you can see, we have our typical It's Not a Quiz Day turnout, so thank you for those of you who decided to come today. Just want to go over the structure of today's class before we get into what we're going to be doing. So we're going to start with a discussion of Brother 2, the film that we watched last week. And then we're going to move into a discussion of the Bond reboot. This is the one with Daniel Craig. I know some of you are excited to talk about that. And of course the context of the movie Salt, which we almost certainly will not finish tonight. There won't be enough time after the discussion group we have and our introduction of the movie and our discussion of Brother 2 and our introduction of Salt. We won't have time to finish it. So we'll stop at about 10 after 9, at which point we'll do the attendance passports, and then you can collect your papers. The marks for the papers, some of you will already have noticed, I'm sure, are up online. There's already been some communication about it, but you can get the hard copy of the paper at the end of the class, so you can look at the comments that were made by either myself or the TA that marked it. I also want to remind everybody of the CES, the Course Evaluation Surveys. I know it sounds trite, but it actually really is an important thing for the university to get feedback on what you felt was strong or weak about the course. And so you can do it independently on your own. It's all electronic, it's all online. You log into your homepage, and I'm not exactly sure. I'll make sure I get the details. But next class, in addition to finishing the movie Salt, we will also we'll take 10 minutes to do the course evaluation survey. So bring your device, bring your laptop or your iPhone or whatever device you have. And if you don't have one of those, try and get it done at the library, one of the computers there, if you can. I'd really appreciate it. And one last thing before we get started, I wanted to give one more reminder of the book sale and fundraiser coming up on March 31st for a great cause, the Canadian Council for Refugees. My understanding by the organizer, Katrina Sark, is that there's a number of great books. I've donated a book, and I'll be presenting for some wonderful 5 or 10 minutes on that book. But it's also the end-of-term party for the Slavic Studies department. So I encourage you to come on down and look at the book offerings, etc., which will be on March 31st. So does anybody have any questions about that before we actually get into the content proper of the lecture? No, everyone's good? All right. Okay, well let's talk about Brother 2 then. Typically what I would do is just start asking these questions, but I find that in having done so over the last few weeks, I tend to end up talking to the same people again and again. Not that that's bad, but I would like to perhaps hear some other voices. And so in order to accommodate that, I'd like everyone to get into a group of 2 or perhaps 3, people that are close to you without making it too difficult, and discuss these questions amongst yourselves so that you can come up with some sort of a independent contribution in advance, right? Sort of a little bit of opportunity to discuss the answer and come up with an idea. And after maybe 10 minutes, I'll say 5 or 10 minutes of discussing it with the people around you so you can come up with some ideas. Then we'll come back to the group and I'll pose the questions one at a time, and we'll see if we can't generate some discussion. The first one's nice and easy, a little personalization. You can tell me what you did or did not like about the film. And then the rest of them deal a little bit more theoretically with the content of the writing for the film, the article that was assigned for the film, or some of the lecture material that we'll talk about shortly after that. So does everyone understand sort of what we're doing right now? Yeah? Okay, so please get yourself into small groups and go through this list of questions and see if you can come up with at least some small contribution to the rest of the class as answers to these. Okay? Go ahead. Okay. Oh.